Hey there, before we get started, I just wanted to let you know I was having trouble for some reason with my external microphones.
Josh, how's it going?
Good. Got some new pieces here,
I
eh?
see you got the official badge now.
Yeah, so people don't get weirded out when I'm walking around with a camera and they go, "Oh, what are you doing? You're trying to steal my stuff." I'm not. I'm not trying to steal your stuff.
You should ask permission.
I'm trying to get people to see your stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. The King Kong, is that new?
It's new-ish.
Cool, man. Well, I'm going to be walking around here trying to find some interesting artists so I can put them in a video. I'm going to do it different than I did it last year.
Oh, yeah?
We'll see. All right, dude.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
Hide your brick?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to hide the brick, yeah. I don't know where yet, but I got to hide it somewhere. Save this for a little bit later. All right. Welcome back to another vlog. I'm artist and maker Joshua Alexander. Today I am out here at the White Avenue Artwalk here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. This is actually the first event that I ever did as an artist where I displayed and sold my work. Actually, right behind me, below this muster point sign. Artwalk has changed over the years, but it has always remained a great space and place for artists to display and sell their work and garner a following and collector base. And today I am not going to be displaying anything or selling anything, but I will be going around and talking to a few artists that catch my eye that I find interesting and who you might find interesting as well. And as a side quest, I'm going to be hiding another genuine imitation 24 karat gold brick. All right, I found my first and maybe my most unique of the day art, I guess you'd call it a mini installation here, a display done by Michel.
Michel Cote at Eckz Studios. Yeah.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about your kick-ass, by the way, but simple idea of an art thing. Maybe it's not so simple. Maybe I'm just looking at it and I'm like, hey, it's toast.
Well, it is supposed to be just initially a eye-catching, simple thing like toast, but it all is based off of this line of once you're toast, you can never be bread again, which is a line that was told to me by a friend's stepdad while we were going down to a music festival in BC. We stopped at his place for about 3 days, and he kept on repeating this to us over and over again. And since we're about in our mid-20s, I mean, it made sense to give us a little bit of, a little wisdom, but we did not adhere to it. At least I did not whatsoever throughout the festival. And I think as a consequence of that, the line just ingrained itself into my brain because I kept on beatboxing it on the way back from the festival. And my best friend was about to kick me out in Olds because it had been about 8 hours of him having to listen to a beatbox rendition of Once You're Toast, You Can Never Be Bread Again. But about 15 years later, I was like, I need to do something with this because it was such a gem of just a notion. So I decided to make just black plaster ones and glue them around town as street art, but gluing things in a vandal kind of a way was not the most efficient way of doing it. So before I got caught, I was like, I should probably stop. And I had a few left and I wanted to do a cohesive art show at the same time. So I created, it was 2017, a highly political time. So I created this show called The Heir of Chaos, and that's where the agent of chaos showed up, who's just an aristocrat who goes around the world and uses up society at his own whim and then leaves it as burnt toast.
Okay, yeah.
Hence the kind of dial in with the black toast that I had framed at the time. But then after the pandemic, I mean, I didn't really have a vision as to what I was going to do artistically post that, as shows kept on coming back online. And I was like, man, now this line is even more pertinent because we all just went through this irreversible change as a collective. So I was like, how about we go from the era of chaos to the era of toast? And so now for the last 3.5 years or so, I've dedicated the whole art practice to toast. So we kind of had a bit of a goal because, I don't like leaving things open-ended completely. So we have 6 gallery shows. That is going to be the course of it. And we've already done 3, and one being a music album that's available on, Apple Music, Spotify, called Once You're Toast.
Okay.
And then we had 2 gallery shows. And the gallery shows kind of have installations and a couple of bigger things than I can put into the festival version of it. But this is basically like a mini gallery version of that era of Toast episode premise. I guess the newer one for this year is we have the Toast collage.
Yeah.
That's a new piece that hasn't been shown yet. And then we have the Toastmaster belt that showed up last year at the last one. And then we have some brand new toasts. We have the Tiger style toast at the end there. And then
the Dragonfly toast.
Yeah, our companion for the day. And then the most fantastical one is by far the blue toast, I guess you could call it, but that's based off of Yves Klein, who was a French artist in the 1950s who created something now called International Klein Blue. And he actually invented a paint alongside this art technician that uses a very specific medium that is still a secret formula to this day. And what the medium does is that it actually lifts the pigment, which is just an ultramarine blue. They call it ultramarine blue.
Okay.
But somebody basically requested, it's like, hey, can you make me an Yves Klein toast? And I was like, what are you talking about? So I ordered, because the person who made the paint with Yves Klein is still alive to this day. So I ordered all the products in from Paris. And that is basically an official, Klein Blue toast. And it is one of the most magical things I've ever done. As soon as you apply that paint, it just instantaneously changes the way that toast looks. And it's what makes it hard is that the paint dries super fast. So you only have a very short time to play with it. And if you put too much on it, it goes super black. If you don't put enough on it, it's very streaky. But if you get it right, it creates this just amazing blue that is just so beyond eye-catching. It almost just eats light because of the way that the paint reacts with the pigments and the medium. So
that's cool.
I mean, that's what we try to do. I love narratives and stories, and having art that has a story behind it, to me, is it is the best way to make it, because then you don't have to BS anybody.
Hey man,
it is in it. I appreciate it.
It's so cool. I don't even know what it reminds me of, but it's so comfortable.
Well, it is a very nostalgic, just even the symbol of the toast, it is something that a lot of people can affiliate themselves to, because you've been seeing it, for a lot of your lives. And even me, I grew up in Germany, where mostly it's artisanal loaves, like the classic, toast bread that we have here, sandwich bread, doesn't even it exists there now, but it didn't when I was a kid. So when I moved to North America, I was like, what is this weird shape of bread? I'm used to this, and now we have, so even just as a shape, it has its own iconography to it and whatnot. And it's definitely something that catches the eye as soon as people walk by. It is an indistinguishable thing. Everybody knows what it is as soon as they see it. So it is a universal kind of imagery.
Yes, completely. If people want to find you online, how do they do that?
Eckz Studios on Instagram, and Eckz.ca on the World Wide Web is the best two spots.
All right, perfect. Thank you for chatting.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, nice to meet you.
For sure, pleasure, man. Oh, your microphone?
Oh yeah, I guess I need that. Jesus. It's always surprising, I don't know why, because I come here every year, but just how big it is and all the different types of art that you can see. One of my favorite types of art is when people reclaim or upcycle old thrift store paintings. I'm here at Alex's booth here at the Artwalk, and your work, it caught my eye because I was like, wait a minute, this is upcycled art. I freaking love that.
You're too kind. Thank you.
How did you get into doing the upcycling of old paintings and such?
So usually when I go to the thrift stores, see a canvas, there's usually blank spaces, and what I envision in my mind is just something should go into these blank spaces.
Right, it's missing something.
Yeah, and so with my creative energies, I buy the canvas and then I put what I feel is missing. I have some examples of here with stories. Here, I feel like there was some empty space here. I feel like this is a good modern diet now with a little addition there.
Yeah.
Over here, we got homage to The Simpsons, David Duchovny when he cameoed on The Simpsons. Imagine there was nobody in this painting. Like the model just got up and walked away.
Right.
And the artist just continued. And it's like there's nothing really standing out in this painting, but that's where I felt like David Duchovny
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect spot for him right there.
I love it. I love it. And you also do some original work as well. So you're not only into the upcycling, but you also you paint with oils, it looks like.
Yeah, so I had put away art for many years and decided after working in corporate for so long that I was dying, and decided to learn from Bob Ross. So this is wet on wet style. Took lessons straight from his
TV show?
Yeah,
his
series.
lessons?
Yep, and then started to break out on my own eventually. So there's some pieces over there that is a mix of abstract and wet on wet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Making
cool.
a happy buck, as you would say.
What would you say is your preference? Do you like doing your original works? Do you like doing the lesson works, or do you like doing the upcycling? My favorite, I gotta say, is the upcycling, because it's just it's so interesting to me.
So art for me is to step away from the logic, and so I do like the oil because it allows me to delve into abstract and to let go of control.
Sure.
And so as a logical computer programming type person, to me even this is logical. Like I know what goes there.
Right,
And these are very straightforward images, but once you break into abstract, and I've sold more of those pieces than I think upcycled pieces, that's where I'm learning how to just be more relaxed as a person.
Sure.
So yeah,
Sure.
I love the upcycling, but abstract is what I'm trying to.
Okay.
Do more
Well,
of.
it's all excellent, and I appreciate you letting me talk to you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
If people want to find you online, they can do so.
Instagram, and that's Discover Defy, DIFY, Discover Defy.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Glad you're a fan. See, if people smile and laugh, that's really what I look for.
Yeah.
There was a Legend of Zelda one I did. It was bigger than this piece, but it was upright.
Yeah.
And it was very obscure because I just put some of the pixelated hearts and the ruby, and there was just children standing around broken pottery, but like a classical painting.
Yeah.
But it's just a print. And it's like, I don't know if anyone's really gonna get this. But then a dad comes up and he's like, you know what? My son would love this. He loves Legend of Zelda, and he bought it for his son. And that's like the one person that painting was for, because it made him smile, made him think of his son, and his son's probably gonna enjoy that. So it's like, if you know who this is, or it makes you smile, I think that's kind of like what I'm trying to do with the upcycling.
Yeah, I love that. That's great.
So, stories.
That's great. All right.
Thank you for your time.
Enjoy the rest of the art walk. Apparently this guy has been following me around, he told me. He thought I was being weird, but whatever. Hey, you guys remember Marissa? Oh, you're...
Hello, I'm short.
She's here again in a new spot.
Yeah, surprise.
I always make sure to say hello to everyone who I know when I'm here at the art walk, and see what's new. And you have some new pieces.
Yeah, some new stuff. Definitely
Like-
from last year.
Like this one?
Big ones.
And that one?
Landscapes.
Yeah. Excellent. Oh, I love these guys.
I had some last year when you were here too, but I made more after that, and then my accident happened, and then I had to stop.
Yeah.
Because that was really hard on the brain.
Team brain injury. She got a concussion and she's effed up.
Yeah.
So.
I'm alive, but my brain's not.
All right. Okay, I'll see you.
Thanks, you.
Oh, hey. Jeez. I thought you were just someone trying to harass me.
I am.
Hi, I'm Alex Artwalk. I've been buying and selling antiques since I was a kid.
Hello, Joshua.
Guess what, guys? Alex likes art, apparently.
No, I'm just here to mock people.
Yeah.
No, of course I like art. And actually, Steven has a booth over around the corner.
Oh, well, I'll have to make sure that I interview him then.
Steven's here today. Oh, he'd love that. So you don't have anything down today, do you?
No, I'm just making a video
Okay.
of other people's art that I enjoy. I'm actually going to interview this girl next because I just think it's super cool.
Well, I'm gonna hand your mic back.
All right. Enjoy the art walk, guys.
I couldn't see you and not say hello.
Hey, well, appreciate you.
All right, see you.
See ya. Alex has always been a big supporter of me and my art, and also basically the reason why I do YouTube.
Hey guys, welcome back to what I believe is part 7 of the Potter House series.
And I got my friend Josh with me, who you might have seen from some of our videos. So you were in the bathroom doing what?
But thankfully, he is not the only supporter of my art and videos. Airclix has generously helped me out with this video. Airclix scanning and printing is the only place that I use for my high quality, high resolution scanning and printing needs. Hey, if you're ever interested in doing prints, there's a local print shop just down the road that does high resolution scanning and printing. Airclix is located in Colors Art Store here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and they, what do you say? You don't have to be an artist. They offer a wide variety of services, including photo restoration and something to do with VHS tapes where they turn them into DVDs or something. Actually, DVDs are probably outdated by this point too, but I know he does something with them because I see him there when I drop off canvases to get scanned. So if you have VHS tapes, you need them digitized or whatever, look them up. www.airclix.com is the website that you can check out for all of the services that they offer in a way more concise, organized manner than what I've been trying to say off the top of my head. Go check out Miles at Airclix for the best quality, the very best in customer service, and the best overall experience that you'll have at any print shop anywhere. I've been using it for 7 to 8 years and I haven't had a complaint yet. Thank you, Miles at Airclix, for helping me out with this video. Okay, I think that's probably pretty good. Another thing that Airclix has generously offered is 20% off coupons that I'm allowed to give out to different folks here at the Artwalk. So I'm just looking around at different artists and seeing which art I think should be offered as prints if the artist so pleases to do so. One of those artists today is Robyn here. I was walking around, saw your art, and I was like, dang, I like this stuff. And I wanted to come ask you about it. Why don't you let me know and the viewers know kind of your process and anything else really that goes into one of your pieces.
Yeah, for sure. So I do, most of my work is oil. I do acrylics and spray paint as well, and some mixed media stuff. When I started painting, it was 2019, and I was doing a lot just owl paintings.
Okay.
I just wanted to paint
You're
owls.
relatively new then.
Yeah, I haven't been painting for too long. I've always kind of done art, like growing up as a kid, but I really started painting 2019, 2020, kind of when COVID hit. And I got laid off from my job, so I had a bunch of extra time, and I thought, you know what, everyone's going to do this, so let's go. So I really started getting into painting, and yeah, since then I've kind of expanded, I guess, into murals. So I do,
excellent.
Yeah, I've got some murals around this area, and indoors in some spots as well, but I mainly do murals and oil paintings and commissions and stuff like that. A lot of my work is inspired from nature, as you can see.
Yeah.
I studied conservation biology in school, so.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot of anatomy, it's a lot of biology stuff. I'm just really inspired by animals and different ecosystems and kind of the cycle between life and death. So the way that life is always coming from death, and it's sort of that endless cycle. And rebirth and things like that, transformation. So
okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of where my inspiration started. And I've recently I'm doing a tattoo apprenticeship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get into some tattoos. So just any way I can expand my practice. And
that's awesome. I really enjoy when artists like try to branch out and do different things with their artwork or with their skills, with their talents. Yeah. I think that's absolutely fantastic. If people want to follow you online, how do they do that?
Yeah, for sure. They can, probably the best place to follow me is on my Instagram. You can see it there. It's art.by.robyn. I recently made a TikTok as well, so you can check it out there. And yeah, my website's on there as well, but Instagram's probably the best place to see updates and see where my work's headed. So.
Excellent. One thing that I've been doing here at the Artwalk, actually you're the first person, this is coupon number 1. If you're ever interested in getting your work made into prints, Airclix is a local company. They do very high quality, high resolution scanning and then great prints. This is a pamphlet of what they offer. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and redeem that coupon for 20% off.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, I appreciate you letting me talk to you and check out your work.
Definitely, yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this. Steven draws. Well, Alex didn't tell me that Steven was in my old spot, not my old spot, but for many years, I was actually right underneath that tree doing Artwalk. And now Steven is doing Artwalk. This is your first Artwalk, eh?
Yes, it is. This is my first time.
And how are you enjoying it?
It's pretty fun. A little windy. I've lost three pieces so far, but
it's a bit of a wind tunnel now with this new setup that they have here. This used to be just a field, and it was still windy, but it was the dust that mattered the most from the street. So at least you got like a windscreen from the dust.
Oh yeah, and I can't complain. I also get some shade from it as well.
Perfect.
I've been honestly having some really great conversations. Today's been a little slow, but I think that's just the same with everyone.
Every first day is slow.
Everyone's just here to look.
You're definitely, yeah. Well, there's that, and also lots of people are at work.
True.
But tomorrow and the next day, it's going to be way busier because people have the day off.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, it's actually awesome. I used to love doing it. Friday was always the day where I was like, well, I'll be able to figure out what my setup is going to look like. And then Saturday and Sunday is when I would go right into it and try to sell my butt off. Why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about your work and your process and all that?
Well, in general, I guess I would have to say I try to make things as I think of it. But for the most part, I really do like drawing animals. I find they're the most exciting for me. I try to make it as colorful and as unique as I possibly can. I don't really go in having a plan, but I kind of work through it as I go.
Yeah, there's like a bit of a surreal element to the work.
Oh yeah,
I think that's so cool.
I start with a bit of realism, and then I add the additional elements after.
Well, it's definitely really cool. Who would you say are your inspirations?
My inspirations. Well, I used to watch a lot of a YouTuber called Eckz, and he would do like this street art.
Yeah.
And where it would just be like lots of doodles and stuff like that. And then my art just kind of progressed from there, where like, I start with an idea of realism and then just like add my own component to it after.
Well, it's definitely awesome. I hope you have good luck here at the Artwalk.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good old Steven with his very first Artwalk set up. Okay, Boomer. Have a nice poop. That stuff is great. But yeah, this right here underneath this tree, right to the left of it, was my setup. I remember one time I came to set up in the morning and there was like a homeless dude sleeping in this tree. And we didn't notice him for a while until he started moving. And we're like, oh, someone's up there. But I don't think anyone will be setting up for Artwalk here any longer because they have this new complex here, which is actually pretty cool. But yeah, when I was here, I set up over here, and then I set up over there, and then for the last 3 years, I think, I set up right here. And it was always a lot of fun. Oh, look at this stuff. All right, I am here with Alex in front of her work, which caught my eye because I love the colors and I love like just the outlines. It looks so cool, and I also have an affinity. I don't know for sure, but that looks like a heart.
Yes.
And I really dig that kind of stuff.
Were you an emo before? Were you an emo kid?
I did
you had
magic.
black hair. Oh,
But
you did magic.
I never dyed my hair, but I did magic when I was like 16 till I was 18.
Did you have the bangs in the front, or did you do slick back?
I did have a bit of a bang thing, but I never covered my eye.
Oh,
I was like,
you were a quarter emo.
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. How about you?
I thought I was more rockabilly. I think I was at the beginning of the emo phase.
Oh,
And I
okay.
exited high school as the emo phase really snowballed.
And you're like, I don't got time for that.
I kind of, yeah, I mean, like, I used to sew my own pants into the skinny jean form before you could buy skinny jeans.
I'm actually a big fan of like homemade clothes. I love it, or upcycling clothes.
That's one of the things that I do. I don't have that here, but that's going to be one of the things I'm going to sell in my store.
Oh,
I cut up old clothes and turn them into new clothes.
That's
I also
actually
like
awesome.
to do that with jewelry. I've been really inspired as an artist going to festivals.
Okay.
The first festival I ever went to was Astral Harvest, rest in peace.
okay. Never heard of that one.
Yeah, it was a good one. Very family. Yeah, you know what though? Yeah, it would. Yeah, that was so inspiring for me, and I realized that adults do crazy weird stuff. And
Yeah.
it's okay. You could just be fun and childlike even in your adulthood.
Cool. Well, I
Thanks for the
definitely
inspo.
I definitely dig your work. I especially like this one. I just think it's, I don't know, it's so cool. What is your, like, I don't know if this is too pretentious to say, but what is like your muse, your nest, your
Oh, good question.
whatever when it comes to creating something like this?
You know what? I am an artist that I really need a muse.
Okay.
And it changes often. And it's not always a specific person. It
Okay.
can be a certain genre. Or, for example, one of the things that really inspires me is drag queens. RuPaul's Drag Race was
Okay.
huge inspiration to me. Basically, people who are doing things that are a little bit different.
Like extreme?
Well, it's all about pushing the envelope, right? I think. And I think, you know, it's good to get people to think outside the box.
Hey, I like that.
Live outside the box.
That's exactly how I
You know?
try to be in the best way that I can.
Yeah, live outside the
I don't
box.
know. So you said you're gonna have a store.
My store is right here.
Your store is right here. Oh, that's
yeah, so
easy.
these paintings are the lead up. This was actually the practice art.
Oh,
Yes, and the final piece, come this way. Check it out.
this is cool. Can I walk in here?
No, please.
Oh, that was close. My foot was
It's
right on
a
the
recent
threshold.
epoxy. That's
Oh,
what, yeah.
I would have stuck to the floor. Well, that's fantastic. If people want to follow you online, how do they do that?
Lighthouse Yag. Here's the, I don't know, does it work? Take a screenshot. Bing!
There we go.
Lighthouse Yag. Check us out. We're going to be
Perfect.
open in the next couple of weeks on White Avenue, Gateway Boulevard. We're going to have shows here. And there's going to be a stage right over there in that corner.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Check it out.
I appreciate you letting me talk to you. She said that this area here with the stage and all that and her little gallery and anything else, I guess, that's going in all these little pieces is going to be #weirdcore. So I don't know what that is, but it sounds fun. Kurt Cobain. I love Kurt Cobain. Those of you who follow me or my brother, you know that I love Kurt Cobain. But this is the work of Hillary. This is Hillary here. I was just walking by and did you see me like, I had to come back and look at it. And I just wanted to ask you about your work if you wanted to tell me about it.
Sure, yeah. I like to experiment with different styles. I do portrait work mostly, portrait and figure paintings. I use acrylic and spray paint. Some of them are watercolor and some of them are mixed media.
Yeah.
And I really love bright colors.
They're all fantastic. I actually first saw your work at Airclix the other day, and I was like, oh, I like these. And then as I was walking by, I was like, wait a minute, this is awesome.
Thanks very much.
So are you enjoying the art walk so far?
I am enjoying
Yeah?
the art walk.
It's
Yeah,
doing
it's
good?
nice. I have a nice shady spot. So.
Oh yeah, that probably helps a lot too.
Yeah.
Those people over on the other side are probably burning to death.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. If people would like to follow you online, how do they do that?
Soul Splatterworks is my Instagram.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Ramona. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
So here's a fun fact that I don't know if I've said in any of my other art walk videos yet, but my very first art walk, I was neighbors with Ramona Lamb, and since then I've become friends with her, and I always make sure to check out her work. You're doing new stuff every year, hey? You're like evolving.
I'm trying to find a theme to kind of go to, yeah.
Well, I definitely dig the like splattered rain on the window look.
Thank you.
It's really cool.
It's something I enjoy painting, so I found something that I really like, so hopefully I'll stick with it for a little while.
Yeah?
See how it goes, yeah.
Well, it's definitely really cool. So this is what you've been exploring lately, but did you have any other work that you decided not to bring today because you wanted to keep that theme?
Yeah, I had some old abstract works, I think from my very first art walk that
Really?
I have. Yeah, I still have those, haven't sold those, but I didn't feel like it would kind of match this, so I did not.
Right, so sticking to that theme. But if people wanted to check that out, they can go on your Instagram.
Yes, it's on my Instagram.
All right. So how are you enjoying the art walk this year?
Good so far. Yeah. It's been
Good
really
first
nice.
day?
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
first
it's
couple
been nice.
hours here?
The weather's been good, minus a little bit of gusts, but other than that, it's been good. It's been
Awesome.
nice. Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate your new body of work here.
Thank you.
It's so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good seeing you.
Oh, thank you. Maybe I'll do art walk again one day.
One day, hey?
Probably not. I actually like doing it this way. In fact, this is a new thing that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Rather than go to every single artist I'm just picking out some of my favorites that catch my eye.
Awesome.
And I'm also looking for a spot to hide my piece of gold.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So,
little treasure.
As I've been going through, I've been like sussing out a spot for my little treasure hunt, if
sweet.
you will.
Yeah. No hints right here. Hey.
Yeah. But anyway, good to see you again.
It's great seeing you.
And I hope you have a good rest of your art walk.
Oh, thank you. I hope so
All
too. Yeah. All right. See you later.
See ya. All right, so you guys know that I like to reclaim and upcycle if you've been following my channel for basically any amount of time. And this artist here, Elaine, takes that idea and makes it into something that I would have never thought about on my own. It is absolutely fantastic work. You were saying that this is all essentially made out of garbage, right?
Everything. I don't buy anything other than paint and glue and sometimes a piece of board, plywood.
Well, it's absolutely fantastic. What the heck? Like, one day you were just like, okay, let's make how would you describe this even? It's like, it's not a sculpture exactly, but it's very sculptural. It's not a painting exactly, but it's very painting-esque.
It's 3D. So
3D painting?
It's called an art relief. So if you think back to the Pharaoh, or you think back into the medieval times, they would carve or build things.
Yeah.
Pharaoh in his pyramids, there were 3D paintings in there, and they were painted.
Okay.
And they were cut into the rock. So I guess that's where the idea came from.
Okay.
I'm doing it a little bit different. I'm taking something and adding on, and I have an idea in my head, and I want to make this is a jack pine tree, and I was living beside a jack pine tree the last few days, and I'm going to make that tree. So how do I make it?
Right.
So I try to find stuff that will give me that shape and the texture, because I'm into feeling things.
So your art is okay to touch if people wanted to touch it?
Yeah.
Because this is a work in progress.
Yeah, this is a work in progress.
It'll get even better than this as time goes on, but it's already feeling very barky.
You'll have to see it when it's done. But
so the inspiration for the type of artwork came from you said like from the pyramids of the relief work?
Yeah, or medieval times. They had it too.
Sure, yeah, they absolutely did. And then your inspiration, obviously, for your subject matter is nature.
Yeah.
For the most part, anyway, that's what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
Is there a method to what you use to actually create the picture? Or are you just like, oh, I have a pile? Like, I can't exactly tell what everything is made out of.
Well, like this one, I'm sitting at Pyramid Lake, so I'm doing some sketching. But then to get this here, I make my own emulsion. And this is actually made with baking soda.
Okay.
And carpenter's glue. And when you take
Right.
baking soda and carpenter's glue and gesso, they make a clay.
Okay.
And that's what this gives this shape. So this is almost like sculpting. Like I'm part of the
Right.
Sculptors Society too. And then
Makes sense.
And this is made with 8 carton mulch.
Okay. So, and
So
I imagine
I
you make
wanted
it all.
this texture.
Yeah.
And then this texture is a little bit rougher. And this is made, so a guy in Edmonton makes fences and PVC fences. The shavings are in here. They give me all the shavings.
Oh, excellent.
So, and then this is sand. So I go around the city of Edmonton and clean out the ditches.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like the spirit of that. That's awesome.
I try to find what I can, and everything's made from that. Like this too is all wires. You know, in Edmonton, we're getting rid of Cat 5, Cat 6.
Yeah.
Well, every Cat 5 wire means there's 5 wires in that wire.
Right, yeah.
And those are them. Those in here. And then this is that plastic mulch. And then these are, you know, so everything.
So you're mulching a lot of it, but I do remember seeing when I was here last year.
Plastic.
I was showing my viewers you had like bottle caps and all sorts of things in that one.
Yeah.
And I loved that piece.
This here is indoor-outdoor carpet.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's indoor-outdoor carpet. This is kettle wire, or kettle from a kettle pot.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I have a lot of garbage in my house that I use to make this stuff.
Hey,
So-
I have a lot of garbage not in my house necessarily, but in my studio. And people often wonder, why do you have this stuff? What are you going to do with it? It's useless. I imagine maybe some of your friends or family coming around, they're like, why do you have a pile of
I
mulch?
have bags and bags of wire and bags. People give me their old T-shirts, and
Oh, yeah.
T-shirts are the best things to make artwork with.
Oh, is that
So-
right? Okay.
Yeah, so like this one here, this is all T-shirts here and like that. The roots I'm making all with T-shirts, and
Okay.
anything you want, I can make it.
It's a fantastic use of discarded materials. I think it's absolutely awesome. I'm glad that I was actually able to talk to you this time. I've actually been meaning to each time I've come, because I featured you in every single one of my Artwalk videos, just because I just think it's so freaking cool. Now, if people want to find you online to look at your work or possibly buy a piece, how would they go about doing that?
I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I have a website under Elaine Mulder Creative. And
I love reclaiming and upcycling, so it's absolutely awesome.
This is to the nth degree.
Yeah, yeah. You're taking stuff that I would throw away, and my viewers know that I don't throw away a lot of stuff, and you're turning it into something fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's awesome doing it. It is.
All right. Well, I appreciate you. I hope that you have a good art walk. It looks like you have some folks coming in, so I will let you go.
Great. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too.
Okay.
This area here is relatively new to Artwalk. I think it was here last year, possibly the year before. I don't really remember. When I was doing Artwalk, it was not here. But since it is here, I'm having a look around, and I came across Jenn's work here, which I quite enjoy. I think it's actually pretty fantastic. You got a great mix of characters. You got the Beastie Boys, you got Gord, you got Prince, you got Rick Rubin. That one is the one that caught my eye the most, even though it's behind the chair. I was like, dang, that one's freaking sick. And so I wanted to learn more about your work, if you have anything to say about it.
Well, I've been doing art for about 20 years, and I teach art. And so the main thing is that teaching art, you have to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so there was a point where I could not draw a stick man very well, and I've developed this over 20 years, and so that's why I teach, because I let people know that they have that
Right, because
creative
it's not an innate ability, it's a skill that you have to start somewhere. Some people might have like a better ability to start with, but anyone can draw if they learn.
If they learn, and it just takes time and lots of practice. Anyone can develop anything if they practice it. So it's so much fun to show someone that who can't draw a stick man that they could paint this magnificent piece of
Sure.
art. Yeah, it's a lot
Yeah,
of
it
fun.
just starts with trying.
That's
So I
right.
see that you're painting a lot of people here. Does that happen to be your favorite subject matter?
Well, you're very observant.
I mean, you also got the llama. I mean,
Oh, there's a llama. But I teach these ones, so these
Okay.
are just kind of like farm.
wait, even the Travolta?
No, I don't teach that. Just the farm animal stuff, the cutesy stuff I teach. And I
Okay.
just have a couple examples here.
Okay.
But I love people. I love expression. I love emotions. I love joy. And I like to paint it. And I love music. So I paint a lot of that.
All right,
All the
awesome. If people want to catch you online, I imagine they can follow any of those things you got listed up here in the back.
That's right. You bet.
All right, awesome. Well, I appreciate you letting me talk to you about your work because I think
Thanks,
it's great.
Josh. Thanks, Josh. Thank you.
So what I've been trying to do for this year's art walk video is find unique artists who I think are just really awesome. And actually, this artist here, I wonder if that motorcycle was too loud. I am standing in front of an artist that last year I actually bought one of her pieces. Her name is Laura, and she does, I don't even know how to describe it exactly. Like, she sews with paint. Is that a great way, a good way to describe it?
Yeah, essentially. I love working with all kinds of mixed media. So I like using painting techniques, but also using embroidery thread to do it.
Yeah.
And combining the different elements. I love painting like different patterns, and I'll include it in sections of my paintings, and then I'll also include those patterns into some of my pottery and other kinds of artworks.
Okay, well, I think it's awesome. Last year, you remember your paintbrush one where you had the...
Yes.
Yeah, that I couldn't not buy it, and I love it. I unfortunately haven't hung it up yet because I'm just waiting for like the right spot to put it.
Fair.
But I do that a lot with art that I like. I'm just like, I'm gonna get this for later.
Yeah.
I just thought it was fantastic, and now seeing you here again, I'm seeing some of your new stuff. It's all great. So how did you come up with like this? I would say it's a unique style. I feel like it's like out of the box a little bit.
Yeah, I've been playing around, like I've always just been interested in all different types of art. One of my first pieces that I started with was this kind of bluebird here. And I thought, what if I added embroidery into the paper? And I actually stopped working on it for a really long time because the paper kept falling apart because I would put my embroidery holes too close to each other.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So when I realized that that was a bit of a barrier in using paper, I started to go towards using just pieces of canvas.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay, well, I want to use this raw canvas. So then I was like, well, what if I only gessoed the spot that I want to paint? So it was because I started with this one and it just kept falling apart. So behind that one is a bunch of layers of masking tape because every time the paper started to fall apart, I would put another layer of masking tape and I would be putting my needle and like sewing through like 6 layers of masking tape and it would get really gunky. So just with all of that, I ended up starting to do all these pieces where it's onto the canvas, and then I only prep the section that I want to paint, and then do the embroidery afterwards. So this was actually one of the very first ones where I started trying to combine them. And when I realized that there was, getting into that paper was not going to work very well, I was like, okay, well, how can I make this work?
Well, it definitely works. It's so cool. Such a unique way to make a picture.
Thank
I
you.
love it. I love the goldfish.
Thanks. Yeah. At the time, this one's called Cheese It because I was listening to a podcast about a goldfish named
Okay.
Cheese It. So.
That's awesome. So if people want to find you online, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, so I have an Instagram. It's Laura's Creative Moments with underscores in between.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you for letting me learn more about your work here.
Thank you.
All right, have a good rest of your art walk.
You too.
A guy who I missed last year. Hey, dude, how are you doing?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Guys, you remember Jeff Decker?
Hi, everybody.
You got some new work to show us, or?
I do. I've got some more I got like some bigger pieces. There's like the stool bus.
Stool bus, dude. Stool bus, I love it.
Turds. One of my favorite parts was the turd is actually
taking a
moving.
dump.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I got the cowboy smoking the little poop cigar. I like that one. That one's cut out of wood. I mean, there's a very famous like tattoo that people get that's like a panther that's climbing. Yeah. And I made it like a man, and the tail is just his turd. Then there's the sign that's just pooping is cool.
This is like a little advertising or like a government propaganda.
Yeah, and I gave him the pink eye though, because I thought if you're touching that much feces, you're probably gonna get pink eye. And then and the other new one, of course, is Mother, which is just the old vagina in a wheelchair. She's got her spray bottle to stay lubricated. And then there's the picnic with just the turd guy like next to the laying on the roll. I was gonna have him like use his poop and draw like a face on it. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. I just got. And then of course there's this guy. It's like there's these rugs in Tibet where it looks like they've like they pulled this it's just like a tiger as a rug, and it's just like a flat tiger, and I just made it the same thing as this one where I made the tail.
Yeah, I love it.
It's just ridiculous.
This is probably my favorite, although I don't think that one's new, is it?
No, that's a good one.
That's just a classic.
I have to bring it out because it's fun. Yeah. And of course there's I think this was from last year. This was the Mega Pie, which I thought was just kind of a
play on. Yeah. I love that.
It just doesn't make.
I love it.
It's good. It's been a good year. The weather's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I mean, of course, I always want to bring more. You just run out of time.
Well, there's always another time. So
yeah,
it's going good. Oh, my phone is going to die.
Oh, that's okay. Jeez.
Well, my phone is dead. My backup phone is dead. But you know whose phone is not dead? This guy's. So thank you for letting me finish my vlog with your phone. That's freaking hilarious. I'm really enjoying your work, seeing the new stuff. A lot of people, I imagine, are like, what? But there's enough people who are going, what? Because it's freaking hilarious. It's like one of the best, like out of the box types of art that I've ever seen basically anywhere. It's so cool. I am hoping that you are making so many sales that you can't even handle the printing and scanning of it all.
It's hard to keep up with.
So, Airclix would like for you to save 20% off of your next scanning need.
Oh, that would be awesome. And they do that would be amazing. No, I appreciate it. And color matching. That's something I don't know how to do.
Yeah. Great customer service. Great quality. I would say the highest quality that you can get, and it's actually very quick service, and he's local.
20% off, it would be amazing. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's amazing.
Thank you for letting me use your phone. I think I made it to the end of the Artwalk. I was able to give away some coupons, give away a lot of cards and all that, so I think we're done, except for one thing. If you don't mind me just taking a short walk to hide my gold brick.
Ooh, yes, of course. I can take a short walk with you.
Okay, let's, I just need to find a neat little hiding spot somewhere here where someone can find, maybe even under here. Would that work?
You could. Do you need me to dig a little?
Do we need to dig a little hole?
I mean, how far is it actually? How soft is that?
I don't know how soft it is, but that might be too difficult. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. We'll go somewhere else. Somewhere where the security won't mind. There's gotta be somewhere.
There's some hiding spots if you need them.
Oh yeah. We'll find some hiding spots. Easy enough to find, but hard enough that it's not like not an adventure. I've never been in this area, so how about right there, right underneath?
Ooh, that's a good spot.
I think that'll work just perfect. So your guys' hints are the surrounding area here. Number 11, number QQ11, because I accidentally put Q's instead of zeros.
That's my booth number 2. That's good.
Is it?
Yeah, number 11.
Well, there we go. The first of the second batch, if you will, of genuine imitation 24 karat gold bricks is hidden right under here. I think that's hidden enough that someone walking by won't see it. I don't think anyone watched me put it under there. I think that's it. Yeah? Yeah. There we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this year's Art Walk vlog. Thank you very much for the support, Airclix, for helping out with this video. And next year, we might spice it up again. I gotta say thank you to you one more time for letting me use your phone for this last bit here. Make sure you guys follow the links that I have in the description for all the artists that I have interviewed here, because they're all great and I think that you would benefit from seeing more of their work, including Jeff Decker's here, the Upper Decker.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, to be continued. My foot is just, I don't want to be going on the, I don't want to have to accelerate, so I don't want to step on the brakes, so I'm just not going that fast. Once we start stuttering and shuddering though. Are you serious? This is a way to go?
Apparently, according to this. But like, but when we get there, are they even gonna have a gas station that's open?
They'll have a little pub or something, and we can just ask them and be like, hey, who owns the gas station? Can we walk over there and...
Oh no. It says we're 8 kilometers away.
Okay, well, good thing we got 0 kilometers of range left. Yeah, the hill's not helping us at all. Neither is the washboard and the gravel.
Doesn't seem like there's an actual town over here.
No, there's a sign. Lady, get out of the road.